My wife and I have been married for 10 years, and we have 3 children aged 3, 5, and 8. A couple of nights ago, our family hosted the Christmas party where we invited siblings, parents, and grandparents. The party was going great, and it was much needed for me after a long year at work. There were a lot of jokes cracked, and I did get pretty drunk by the end. When I got up to go to the restroom, I accidentally dropped the glass of water, and the glass broke. I knew my wife would be angry, but I immediately cleaned it up. However, after I was done cleaning, my wife asked me to come to the bedroom. At the room, my wife shouted really loudly at me. I could see she was really angry. She kept shouting about how she warned me not to get drunk at the party and things like that. I told my wife everyone could hear, and my wife didn't stop. She just kept shouting. However, when I apologized, my wife immediately stopped shouting, and she cooled down after that. When I got out of the room, it was obvious everyone had heard my wife screaming at me. It was really awkward, and I felt humiliated. They all left shortly after. When I woke up the next morning, my wife apologized a lot for the previous night and even broke down in tears. When she hugged me, I just left the bed and went to our children. Luckily, since we had put our children to sleep early the previous night, they did not hear the shouting. My wife apologized a lot the rest of the day, but I just felt dead inside. I told my wife I need some space from her. My only focus was our children and to ensure they had a good Christmas. And we did have a good Christmas yesterday. However, at the end of the day, when I went to sleep on the couch, my wife was begging me and crying a lot to come on the bed. I told my wife to just give me some space. I told her up front that I'm losing feelings for her by the minute, and the more she tries to force it, the more I feel like I just want to consider divorce. I've never used the divorce word ever, and I never thought I would. But that's where my head's at right now.
I take a deep breath, adjusting my glasses and leaning back in my chair. A complex case indeed. It appears we have a situation of marital discord, triggered by a seemingly minor incident at a Christmas party. However, the aftermath has led to a breakdown in communication and a rift in the relationship. Let's break down the events. Your wife, understandably, was upset about your behavior at the party, which led to a confrontation in the bedroom. While I understand her frustration, her decision to shout loudly in front of your family and guests was not the most constructive approach. It's clear that her emotions got the better of her, and she regretted her actions the next morning. On the other hand, your reaction to the situation was also not ideal. While you apologized and cleaned up the broken glass, your decision to leave the room and not address the issue further may have exacerbated the situation. Your wife's apology and tears the next morning suggest that she was genuinely remorseful, but your response to her attempts to reconcile was pausing, distant. I lean forward, eyes narrowing. Now, I must say that your statement about losing feelings for your wife and considering divorce is a serious one. While it's understandable that you're feeling hurt and frustrated, it's essential to consider the long-term implications of such a decision. Marriage is a commitment, and divorce should not be taken lightly. I take a deep breath, weighing the evidence. Based on the information provided, I would say that both you and your wife are equally responsible for the breakdown in communication. However, I would caution you that your decision to consider divorce may be premature. It's essential to work through your issues and communicate effectively to resolve your differences. I lean back in my chair, steepling my fingers. I would recommend that you and your wife schedule a counseling session to work through your issues and develop a plan to strengthen your relationship. It's not too late to address the problems and come out stronger on the other side. I look at you directly. And I must say, your decision to prioritize your children's well-being during this difficult time is commendable. It's essential to put their needs first and ensure they have a stable and loving environment. I nod. I hope this helps you understand the situation and provides a clear direction forward. Do you have any questions or concerns?